हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, आज की क्लास में हम बात करेंगे मॉडर्न स्पार्क इग्निशन कंबशन चैम्बर के बारे में। ओके, हमने लास्ट क्लास में कुछ कंबशन चैम्बर्स के बारे में बात करी, जिसमें कि एल हेड टाइप कंबशन चैम्बर के बारे में हमने देखा और भी डिफरेंट टाइप्स के कंबशन चैम्बर हमने देखे। लेकिन उसमें प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि उसमें डिटोनेशन एंड नॉकिंग की समस्या थी, जिसकी वजह से उसका कंप्रेशन रेशियो मिनिमम था मतलब कितना था, 4:1। अगर कंप्रेशन रेशियो कम रहेगा तो आपके स्पार्क इग्निशन इंजन की जो इफिशिएंसी होगी वो कम होगी। इसलिए कंबशन चैम्बर को हमें इस तरह से डिजाइन करना है कि हम ऑप्टिमम कंप्रेशन रेशियो पे अपने इंजन को वर्क कर सकें। ओके, अब इसमें आज की क्लास में हम मॉडर्न कंबशन चैम्बर के बारे में बात करेंगे, जो कि अब जो रिसेंटली यूज किए जाते हैं। जनरली अब किस टाइप के कंबशन चैम्बर यूज होते हैं हमने देखा है, आप बाइक में देख लीजिएगा। बाइक में आपको क्लियर कट समझ में आ जाएगा कि किस तरह का कंबशन चेम्बर हम यूज कर रहे हैं। इसमें आप देखिए कि स्पार्क प्लग को सेंटर में लगाते हैं हम। इनलेट और आउटलेट वाल्व साइड साइड में होते हैं, क्योंकि एक साइड में इनलेट वाल्व, एक साइड में आउटलेट वाल्व। इस तरह के कंबशन चेम्बर की कुछ डिजाइन हम देखते हैं, जिसको आई हेड कंबशन चेम्बर हम बोल सकते हैं। ओके, इसी टाइप के मॉडर्न कंबशन चेम्बर के बारे में हम आज की क्लास में बात करेंगे। ओके, after the period of 1950, the combustion chamber used are either overhead valve or also called the I head combustion chamber or the F head combustion chamber. Overhead combustion chamber were first introduced by Ambassador car in 1959. Okay, the overhead combustion chamber and F head combustion chamber design are based on the principle of Ricardo combustion chamber with certain amount of modification. In last class, we have discussed the recorder combustion chamber. We have improved the combustion chamber design. We removed the disadvantages of L-head type combustion chamber. Okay, in L-head type combustion chamber, the mixture has to take the right turn. That's why the turbulence in the combustion chamber has lost. To improve this or to reduce these disadvantages, we made the recorder combustion chamber. But still there is a problem in the recorder combustion chamber. That's why we have improved our combustion chamber design again. That is called modern combustion chamber. The advantages of overhead valve combustion chamber design on L-head type combustion design are there are certain advantages of overhead valve combustion chamber design over L-head type combustion chamber design. Use of large valve or valve lift and reduce the passageways provide the better breathing of the engine. It increase the volumetric efficiency of the engine and reduce the pumping losses. Okay. The second advantages of these types of combustion chamber is it gives the less tendency to detonate due to reduced flame travel distance, the less force on the head bolt and reduce the possibility of leakage. The next advantages of these types of combustion chamber is exhaust valve is incorporated in the combustion chamber head instead of cylinder block. Therefore, heat failure is limited to head only. That's why we can easily replace head if there is any incident occur. Used of low surface to volume ratio, it reduce the heat loss and increase the power output and the efficiency. There are some types of modern combustion chamber are there. The first one is bathtub combustion chamber. These types of combustion chamber is simply easy to cast. Both valve are mounted on the head of the head with the help with a spark plug. Means all three are mounted on the head of the combustion chamber. On one side of the combustion chamber, there is an inlet valve. On the other side of the combustion chamber there is an outlet valve, and at the center there is a spark plug. The charge at the end of the compression stroke is pushed into the combustion space known as the squash. Okay, what is the meaning of squash? A squash is a space between the head and the top surface of the piston. Okay, there is a clearance or there's a gap or there's a space between the head and the top surface of the piston when the piston is at the TDC, when piston at the top dead center. Okay, the valve are provided in a single row in the head, which reduce the size of the valve. Okay, Because of this disadvantage of this design, it reduced the breathing capacity of the engine, with increase the pumping losses. To overcome this difficulty in modern type combustion chamber, relatively large piston diameter compared to the ordinary piston combustion chamber design. Okay, you can see in the figure there is a bathtub combustion chamber. In bathtub combustion chamber, a spark plug is located at one end and the valve is located at the all three are located at the head of the combustion chamber. Okay, these are the bathtub combustion chamber. The next one is wedge head combustion chamber. There is another modern combustion chamber. The first feature of this combustion chamber is this types of combustion chamber. The valve in these types of combustion chamber, the valve are placed in an inclined position. There is very unique design in wedge head type combustion chamber. There is an inclined valve seat arrangement. Okay, the end gas is kept cooled by the intake valve and relatively cooler piston. The spark plug is approximately kept at the center and it reduces the flame travel distance. Anyhow, in any types of combustion chamber, if you put the spark plug at the center of the combustion chamber or at the center of the head, definitely the flame travel distance will get reduced. Okay. The next modern combustion chamber is F head type combustion chamber. Okay. In F head type combustion chamber, first introduced by the Willy Jeep in India. Okay. This combustion chamber is also wedge shaped but similar in design to the rover head type combustion chamber. This combustion chamber has all the advantages of modern combustion chamber, which are we have discussed in earlier combustion chamber design. The inlet valve is kept in a vertical position with a large intake area to increase the breathing of air and reduce the pumping losses. The air during the compression stroke creates the turbulence due to backflow of air into the combustion chamber. Additionally, the turbulence is created by left hand portion of the piston head when TDC by the squash action. I have already told you what is the meaning of squash. It is the space between the piston top surface and the cylinder head. Okay, squash anyhow somehow will help to increase the turbulence. You can see the F head type combustion chamber design in the screen. Okay, you can easily understand why there is advantages of using the F head type combustion chamber. Okay, the design provides the turbulence of the mixture initially, or the spark plug, the distance of the flame travel distance will reduce in these types of combustion chamber design. Okay, the last one is the combustion chamber for the Jaguar engine. Okay, what is the importance of the combustion chamber on Jaguar engine? It utilizes the principle that the hemispherical shape gives the minimum surface area. We already talked about the surface area, volume to length surface area should be minimum to avoid the heat losses. Such concept is useful to reduce the heat loss, thereby increase the output power and thermal efficiency of the engine. The combustion chamber is designed hemispherical shape with inlet and exhaust valve placed on the side of the head of the combustion chamber. Valve are operated in an inclined position. You can see in the screen there is a Jaguar engine combustion chamber design. You can see inlet and outlet valve located on either end of the combustion chamber. The one end inlet valve is located, at the other end outlet valve is located, and a spark plug is located at the center of the combustion chamber. Okay, hemispherical shape used not only to reduce the heat transfer losses by virtue of low surface to volume ratio, it also permits to use the large diameter valve, therefore high volumetric efficiency we can obtain in these types of combustion chamber. The crown of the piston is so shaped to produce required turbulence, therefore the flame speed are increased, hence reduce the tendency to detonate. Spark plug is located centrally, which definitely reduce the flame travel distance. Again, it helps to reduce the detonation and knocking, because when we reduce the flame travel distance, it will reduce the chance of pre-ignition. Okay, when chance of pre-ignition will reduce, definitely it will affect the tendency, it will affect to detonate, or it will reduce the tendency to detonate, it will reduce the tendency to knocking. Okay, these are the modern types of combustion chamber that we are using today, or different types of different types of vehicle. All are having certain advantages and all are having certain disadvantages. Okay, that's all for today's class. Okay, in next class we will discuss the other topic. Thank you for today.